You can never hide what your underlying beliefs are. Every time you open your mouth and you say something, or every single thought you have, are blatantly displaying who you think you are. They are very, very clearly indicating how you see the world, what your underlying beliefs are, what you are trying to defend, and what you're trying to maintain. Because your words, both all the words you are thinking, but also all the words you're saying to other people, are displaying your underlying beliefs, how you think things are. So you can never hide, which is great because it's an opportunity for you to start to listen to what you're saying and to start to listen to your thoughts and looking at it with that meta awareness where you notice completely non-judgmental what is actually going on. We're working with this in the second and the fifth fetter, where we talk about the bubble of reality. But what I would like to talk to you about today is particularly about fear. We had a conversation in our community. We have quite a big neurodiverse community. I'm Asperger's, so obviously we have a lot of autist, ADHD, and other types of neurodiversities in our community. And we had a talk about OCD and the way that we are in the world as neurodiverse. And this lesson is not only towards neurodiverse people, it's towards everyone. Because the underlying factors in your brain might be different if you're neurotypical or if you're neurodiverse. But the experience of it is the same. The diversions that we do are the same. The hints in your vocabulary is the same. And when we talked about the OCD, OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't really see it as a disorder, obviously. When you experience it, it's rarely felt like something that is, a disorder. It's just Tuesday. But it is where you need for things to be in a certain way, either before you can do something else. In Hollywood, it's normally depicted with, turning the light on and off 15 times before you leave the door. It's rarely how it's experienced. It's more that things need to be in a certain way, in a certain order. And I, as an autist, I recognize that very much, that things need to be in a certain way and it needs to happen in a certain sequence for me to feel comfortable. In and of itself, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when we start to have attachment to it. Back when I was working with a lot of athletes, and a lot of them experience OCD in the way that before they serve or before they take a shot or before they do something, they have a certain sequence of things that needs to happen. So they have like a lot of coercive acts that things need to be done in a certain way. And that is when the attachment to it starts to get toxic in a way that is not beneficial. And just like with anxiety or agoraphobia or anything like that, the world gets smaller and smaller because when you give in to the thoughts that something bad will happen, you will lose this game if you don't do the sequence, or if you have anxiety that you can go down that street because then something bad will happen, so you just end up not going out at all. The world gets smaller and smaller because it's in your mind. It's the way that the mind is perceiving the world and the way that you have an experience with that when you did this in a certain way, the world became safe. And that is where the delusion sets in, because we then start to think that I know that the world will be safe if I do this in a certain sequence. And your mind is not omniscient in any way. Just because you had one experience or 12 experiences where everything felt safe because you did that thing, we tend to experience confirmation bias, where we only look at all the things that confirm that is how it is. And that gives us that feeling that our mind is omniscient, that our mind knows that what will happen next. And to me, when I started to feel into that OCD that was destructive, if I can say it like that. And when I have worked with people with it as well, it's truly realizing that the underlying current underneath all of it is fear, that we do not feel safe,